Hello, thank you for joining OU Nightly this Friday. I'm Lindsey Gibbs.
And I'm Logan Morrow. We just heard from Dr. George Henderson, one of OU's legendary civil rights leaders, commenting after 3 days of the Black Emergency Response Team sit-in here on OU's campus.
We're live inside Evans Hall again this afternoon. We know meetings between Byrd and leaders and university administrators have been taking place throughout the day. Students occupied Evans Hall on Wednesday this morning with a list of demands. The protest comes after a series of racial incidents on campus over several semesters.
OU Nightly's Mckenzie, Gladney, and Cal Day are outside of Evans Hall right now with the latest. Mckenzie and Cal, what do you have?
Yeah, guys, lots of big developments unfolding just moments ago. We were actually both inside. Mckenzie just stepped out a few minutes ago, but in a prepared statement, the members of Byrd exited President Harris's office in that area. And they are making the announcement that most of their demands have been met. And they're making the announcement that the sit-in and hunger strike has come to an end officially after 3 full days. This is coming to an end. And Mckenzie, you just stepped out minutes ago. What's the vibe in there? What's some of the stuff they were talking about?
Yeah, Cal, that's right. They say the hunger strike and the sit-in is over, but they say the fight is not. They will be meeting with administration every 2 weeks, and all of their demands will now be taken to the Board of Regents. So that's kind of the latest now. All right.
Yeah, it's interesting to see they'll be talking, obviously, with President Harris frequently more. They said they'll be talking with the Board of Regents in a couple weeks at that meeting. So was it 2 weeks? Every 2 weeks they're going to meet with the president?
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Just holding them accountable, they say. They really want to hold administration accountable.
And, of course, obviously, the Provost Harper, that was a big focus of this sit-in, was for his resignation. That's not going to happen, but obviously they feel that they have enough going for them to move on with ending this strike. So we're gonna keep following these details as they continue to emerge. This is just fresh. Obviously, as I was leaving, they were still speaking. I'm going to step out of the way here. As you can see, students are starting to come out of Evans Hall. There's even people walking out with signs. Obviously, this is just coming to an end. It was still pretty quiet. They were still speaking as we came out here to do this hit. But obviously, this is officially coming to an end. I see a member of the faculty exiting the building as well. Now, earlier today, we've been following lots of supplies, even though this is coming to an end today. People have been bringing in supplies pretty much all week since this has started. And I spoke with one person who brought in $200 worth of supplies last night. Is nearing an end, but what isn't coming to an end is the supplies. Food scattered on stairways, water bottles stacked several rows up, and pillows littered through hallways. Delaney Mack is one of the many students supporting the sit-in through supply runs.
So I raised about $200 last night by just sending out messages in GroupMe's that I'm in.
She raised $200 to make a Walmart run and dinner run at the local Jimmy John's last night.
I just sent it out in about 10 different GroupMe's, and I was able to get $200 to go to Walmart to get supplies and food.
Max says this is a way she can contribute when she can't physically be a part of the sit-in in Evans Hall.
I just couldn't sit by and knowing that my friends and my colleagues and my peers are here, and I was just out at work or going home. That didn't feel right to me, so I knew I had to do something.
She says she's not surprised from the quick response of so many of her friends and fellow students to chip in.
The OU family, I think, really is true, and I think times like this, unfortunately, is when you see it strongest.
For Mac, this is a sign of how the university comes together, helping out however they can.
To a college student, $20 is a lot, and they still wanted to do more. And students from all corners of campus are coming together. You can walk in here and know that there's students from every corner of campus, every major, every college, every student organization. We're all here.
And guys, I walked through Evans Hall just minutes before they gathered to make that statement. And there was a lot of people sitting in lawn chairs, still munching on a lot of the food that was around. So people were getting comfortable. We also saw people who were walking in with blankets and pillows, maybe getting ready for what could have been a long weekend. But obviously that will no longer be the case. The big takeaway right now, Byrd ending the hunger strike as well as sit-in here at Evans Hall. We'll continue to follow this as it continues to unfold. For now, we're live just outside Evans Hall. Cal Day, OU Nightly.
All right, thank you, Cal. Students from many different organizations have participated in the sit-ins at Evans Hall, and others were showing their support from places on campus other than there.
OU Nightly's Sophia Olivas shows us how the OU Panhellenic showed its support today.
It's day 3 of sit-ins, day 3 of support, day 3 of waiting. But on day 3, a major part of student life is joining the force. In the Union think tank, women within Greek life are sitting in solidarity to those who sit in Evans Hall.
I am here very much in support of the Black community because, this is tiring. I can't imagine what it's like, what they're going through right now.
This comes after an email from the OU Panhellenic president, Maren Schultz, to Greek women saying, "We are contributing to institutionalized racism by standing by and often doing nothing." But Schultz has more.
Historically, the university hasn't done things unless a large amount of white people have spoken out about it. So hopefully they make the necessary changes.
With the Panhellenic community containing over 3,000 members,
Showing that we can involve so many people will provide support.
Byrd executive member Destiny Dixon says although there will be no resignation from Provost Kyle Harper, students are making systematic change. Sophia Olivas, OU Nightly.
OU Panhellenic Council representing the Divine Nine also released a statement saying they too stand with Burt, pushing for diversity, equity, and inclusion on campus.
All right, well, yet another beautiful day on campus today. Will it stick around?
I sure hope so. I heard that the weather's going to be pretty nice this weekend. So Nash, what do you have for us?
Yeah, I've got an extended forecast coming right up, but as you could see with Cal just moments ago in that live shot, we've had a beautiful day of weather across the state. Temperatures in the mid-60s, some places even almost getting to that 70-degree mark further to the west of us. Again, this warming trend has started just yesterday, and to give you an idea of how hot we've gotten, this is a 24-hour temperature change, mainly to our north, some places getting 11 degrees above where we were this time yesterday. Here in Norman, still about 3 to 4 degrees above where we were yesterday. But coming up, I'll let you know how long this warming trend's going to last. Also, we've got rain in the forecast. I'll let you know when and where coming right up. Back to you two at the desk.
All right, early voting continues today. We'll have more on the last day of primary voting and how you can sign up for absentee voting if you're unable to make it.
And the city of Norman prepares for the possibility of the coronavirus. Next on OU Nightly.
Welcome back. We have another live update outside of Evans Hall. Cal Day is with us live. Cal?
Yeah, Lindsey and Logan, we're out here with Destiny, and she's one of the co-leaders of BERT, and obviously this is a big day for you guys. Just making the announcement a few minutes ago that the hunger strike and the sit-in has come to an end. Can you kind of just tell us quickly what came to fruition? How did this come to an end today?
A lot of conversations with our upper administration. I definitely do want to thank President Harris, Hypolite, Surratt for helping us the past couple of days, right? The list of demands that we gave was not easy to our administration to accomplish, but how we were able to end the hunger strike and sit in today was a form of communication, as well as them realizing that change does need to come. But as we said in our statement, the ball is now in the court of the Board of Regents to making sure these get approved when they come for their March meeting.
Mckenzie, I understand you probably have a question.
Yeah.
Destiny, I know that you're saying the ball is in their court. Do you have any plans to hold administration accountable, and what does that look like for BERT moving forward?
Yeah. So a part of our agreements and conversations the past couple of days, the president will be meeting with us before and after the Board of Regents meeting, as well as Provost Harper has agreed to meet with us anytime we wish to, as well as we will be having a meeting with the Board of Regents before they make the official votes. So definitely meetings will continue. They have to continue to making sure to, one, keeping them accountable, and two, to make sure these demands have been met. But I think it's definitely showing, the Board of Regents will show in their March meeting if they support marginalized communities on this campus.
Okay. Yeah. So thank you, Destiny. We really support you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Concerns continue to grow over the coronavirus, and Skylar is in the news center with how the world is reacting to the outbreak. Skylar?
Thank you, Logan. The World Health Organization announces the coronavirus outbreak reaches the highest level of risk for the world. There are currently almost 83,000 confirmed cases globally, and about 4,000 of those are outside of China. So far, the global death total is around 2,800. New coronavirus cases are being reported in Mexico, Iran, and Europe. If you are planning on traveling, continue to look at the travel advisories to make sure it is safe. After a House briefing over the coronavirus earlier today, Democrats are worried that the U.S. is not prepared enough for the spread of the virus. While Republicans are less worried, they still believe more needs to be done.
And we do not have facilities that can quarantine tens, scores, hundreds, thousands of people.
Cuccinelli, also a member of the coronavirus task force, believes the U.S. is still in a state of crisis. The demand for cleaning products are increasing as the coronavirus spreads. Hand sanitizer, cleaning wipes, and face masks are items CVS and Walgreens are seeing an increased demand for. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention still says the best way to protect yourself from the virus is to wash your hands thoroughly with soap and water. And the first U.S. drug shortage due to the outbreak is being reported by the FDA. The agency identified 20 drugs that are produced specifically in China, but are declining to name them for fear of making the situation worse. Back to you guys at the desk.
All right, thank you so much, Skylar. A look at our weekend weather is coming up right after the break. Stick around. This is OU Nightly.
Welcome back to OU Nightly. Here's a live look at downtown Oklahoma City on what's really panned out to be a beautiful Friday afternoon. Mostly clear skies, as you can see here. Earlier this afternoon, we had a few clouds, but they pretty much completely left us. We're in the mid-60s right now, a little bit warmer than we were yesterday with those winds from the west at about 18 miles per hour, making it feel just a little bit blustery outside. But temperatures right now across the state pretty much in the mid-60s. Up in Miami down to 58 degrees. Tonight, though, will be a little bit above average as our lows will dip into the 30s in many places. But here in Norman and Oklahoma City, we're going to stand firm at about that 40 to 41 degree mark. And the good news is those winds will die down, so that wind chill factor won't be as much as in effect. However, tomorrow, though, we'll heat back up into the mid-70s, low 70s tomorrow, 73 for the high. Winds at about from the south at about 10 to 20 miles per hour, really starting to fuel those warmer temperatures as we start this warming trend that will continue through Saturday and Sunday, topping off at 75 degrees. But notice from Sunday to Monday, we kind of dip off about 10 degrees, and that's because our next weather maker starts knocking on the door. Let me set this up for you. This is future radar. Notice some gusty winds here on Saturday afternoon into the evening, which will increase our fire risk mainly in south central and western Oklahoma. This will continue through Saturday and Sunday, but notice on Monday morning, our next weather maker knocks on our door. This is going to be a cold front and low pressure system from the north and west. Strong winds from the north will start to shift the winds, making it a little bit colder once we move through Monday afternoon. Those cold temperatures will drop us 10 to 20 degrees in some places, especially up in the panhandle, and even give us a chance of rain. Those rain chances will mainly be centered in southeastern Oklahoma down near Idabel. And as we move towards the north and west, that percentage drops to about a 20 to 40% chance of rain, as those scattered precipitation chances will start on Monday and Tuesday of next week. So a quick look at that 7-day forecast. Once again, here's the next 2 days. Starting on Saturday and Sunday, a beautiful weekend in store. Get out and enjoy it. We haven't had a weekend in the 70s in several weeks, but those temperatures will dip down all the way into the 50s on Tuesday with our next rain chances. But notice we kind of level off in the 60s as we start another climb in temperatures to end the upcoming work week. Guys?
All right, thank you so much, Nash. Now let's get one last update from OU Nightly's Cal Day on the end of the 3-day sit-in and hunger strike at Evans Hall.
Cal is live outside of Evans Hall right now. Cal?
Yeah, guys, I had the chance to step inside Evans Hall just a few minutes ago, and the vibe is it's a really good mood, as you can imagine. As you can see right now, a lot of the supplies that have been brought in are now being brought out. People have been exiting all through the doors for the past couple of minutes. We understand that President Harris or Interim President Harris is expected to meet with some members of the media momentarily, but as you can see right now, it's come to an end, and lots of students have been making their way to the exits, and we'll continue to follow this as it continues to unfold. For now, we're still outside Evans Hall. Cal Day, OU Nightly.
Thank you so much, Cal. Be sure to stick around because Big Friday Sports is next on OU Nightly.
to another edition of Big Friday Sports. She's Chloe Sparks filling in for Parker Thune, and I'm Sam Brown. Chloe, let's start this show out on the hardwood, where Lon Kruger and the Sooners have yet another must-win game this weekend. It'll be crunch time tomorrow in Morgantown when Oklahoma takes on 20th-ranked West Virginia.
Yes, it will, Sam. And the Sooners and Mountaineers are tied for 4th in the Big 12 standings. And West V has a 13-1 record at home. With players like Christian Doolittle, Brady Manick, and Austin Reeves, the top-scoring trio should give the Mountaineers a run for their money, don't you think?
Yep.
And if you're looking to sit at the edge of your seat, tune into this game Saturday live from Morgantown at 3. And on other words, the women's basketball head coach Sherry Cole, who was just inducted into the Oklahoma Sports Hall of Fame on Thursday, looks to win in Austin at the Red River Showdown.
Maddie Williams and Ana Yunusa have continued to dominate this season for the Sooners, but after a tight loss at home to Kansas on Wednesday, the rest of the team needs to get their head in the game. Tip-off is Saturday at 7 p.m.
And the softball team is currently in action, but Big Friday Sports' Meridith Mulkey caught up with the team ahead of their home opener.
New look.
Sorry for the technical difficulties.
Heinz Field as the Sooners host the Courtyard Marriott Classic for the 6th time. The ladies will take advantage of being back home as they enter the tournament on a 2-game losing streak. Despite the losses from last week, number 5 OU is off to a hot start this season, sitting at 11-3. The Sooners' impressive record comes from the help of many newcomers who have made an early impact.
We've worked really hard this fall, and new look, new group of players. Excited to be coaching again. Really a lot of teaching going on, but they're a very talented group, so I'm really looking forward to what's ahead.
8 new Sooners have started in the lineup this season, and 3 freshman pitchers have made themselves known on the mound with the absence of injured senior Giselle Juarez. Brooke Vestal, Olivia Raines, and Macy McAdoo have all started in the circle, and McAdoo currently leads all OU pitchers with 4 wins in 2020. OU is undefeated in the Classic since its founding in 2014, and we'll see if the Sooners can add to the perfect tournament score this weekend as they take on Northwestern, North Texas, and Abilene Christian. The Sooners play another game tonight at 5:30 and tomorrow at 12:30. Meridith Mulkey, Big Friday Sports.
Meridith mentioned it, the Sooners are in the thick of their first game of the weekend, and they actually lead the Northwestern Wildcats right now 8-3 in the 5th inning.
Yes, they do. And the top-ranked Oklahoma women's gymnasts are set to host Denver for their 3rd conference meet of the season on Saturday morning. There are a lot of words to describe these women, but lately, Sam, perfect seems to be the best one.
Yeah, perfect. 14-0 perfect. For starters, Olivia Trotman scored a perfect 10 on her vault last week, joining her teammate Maggie Nichols, who scored perfect 10s on vault and bars 2 weeks ago. The ladies have beat 3 teams twice already this season, and they'll look to make it 4 this weekend against the Pioneers.
All right, now let's take a look at this weekend. Men's tennis returns to the USTA National Campus in Orlando, Florida, to face Florida State on Friday at 5 o'clock.
The women's tennis team, meanwhile, starts their 2-game road trip at Purdue on Saturday, and then they'll compete with Illinois on Sunday at 11.
And lastly, the Tiger Woods of Norman, aka OU men's golf, will begin their 4-day tournament playing in the Southern Highlands Collegiate. It's halftime here on Big Friday Sports, but after the break, we'll take you to Indianapolis in the NFL Combine.
2 Sooner stars impressed in their drills yesterday, and we'll have more on that. Keep it tuned to Big Friday Sports.
Welcome back to Big Friday Sports. The NFL Combine kicked off yesterday in Indianapolis, and the QB receiver duo that lit up Gaylord Memorial Stadium lit up Lucas Oil Stadium. CeeDee Lamb was already the 1st and 2nd rated receiver on most draft boards, and not much changed after yesterday. Lamb ran a 4.5 on the 40-yard dash and a 34.5-inch vertical.
A lot of eyes were also on Jalen Hurts after a Heisman-caliber season with 52 total touchdowns, and the transfer quarterback absolutely helped his draft stock, running the 2nd fastest 40-yard dash among quarterbacks. For some reason, questions of a position change followed him to Indy, but if you look at that screen, you'll see some of those great throws, and you'll understand why that man is a quarterback.
And the Oklahoma City Thunder are one of the hottest teams in basketball right now, Sam. And last night, they were able to take another win from yet another sorry team called Sacramento. Just hours before tip-off, the Kings announced that De'Aaron Fox was out with an abdominal injury. Good news for the Thunder.
It was good news. However, at one point, OKC was down 19 points, but after attempting 23 free throws in the third, yes, that's right, 23 like Michael Jordan, they were only down 1 heading into the final quarter. Give it up to the Kings' poor defense and sloppy offense, and the Thunder offense ultimately took over in the fourth quarter, completed the comeback, and took home the 112-108 win. All right, now let's take a look at the top play of the week. First of all, 1 half-court shot's pretty impressive. Then they go for 2. 2 is not bad either. 2 back-to-back, that's pretty cool. And then they keep going. They go for 3. We're still waiting. There's no way they're going to make 4, right? Think again. And then 5. 5 straight half-court shots. This team's destined for a buzzer beater, I feel like, after this one.
Yeah, after this one, for sure. And then even before this, there was another half-court shot made, and that's why they started recording.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing, too. It technically would have been 6 half-court shots in a row. Imagine if you get all of that on camera.
And then, there was that one more girl that came in at the very end, and
it's a lot of pressure.
Video stopped for a reason, but 6 shots.
Hey, well, I like to brag every once in a while. In high school, I had a video. I made 2 back-to-back half-court shots. Not quite as impressive, but that's pretty close, I feel like.
Well, in middle school, I was on the A team, no need to brag, but our coach got pretty mad at us because we were practicing half-court shots during practice. He said that will never happen. Come the next game, hit that half-court shot at a buzzer beater, looked at him, and I said, that'll never happen.
That'll never happen. I was too short for the A team in basketball. B team. I had my growth spurt a little late. It happens.
Point guards.
Yeah, don't blame me. It is what it is. I had a late growth spurt. I was perfect for soccer. That's why I played soccer for most of my life. Hey, that's going to do it for this edition of Big Friday Sports. Thank you so much for tuning in. She's Chloe Sparks. I'm Sam Brown. And you can catch us again next Friday, same time, same place.